everybody. It's just so overwhelming to just be back and stand back here on stage and see all my faculty sitting here. Just loss of words, to be very honest. And I think this is probably one of those places, where you can just be young and be your naughty old self, not behave like a grown-up. Because when you're in your board meetings and corporate meetings, you really have to behave yourself. But I think this is one place where you can just be yourself and be naughty. So thank you very much. It's always great to be back, to the alma mater. And I must say, and I'm sure you must have heard this umpteen number of times, when the foundation is good, you can build multiple stories, right? And I think that's what Jain College has given to me. I think they really, really built a strong foundation. And I would not be wrong if I would say that, my faculty, when I studied back, passed out in 2003, they just did not give me their mind to educate me, but also they gave their heart and soul. So today, even when our batch met our faculty, you could see the twinkle in our eyes that they had. And I think that's the bonding that we really share with our faculty. Yeah, so I think hats off to them that wherever we meet, the connection is so strong, which just goes beyond studies, but more at a personal level. I think having said that, I must talk about the vision that college has. Maybe at that point of time, I would not appreciate it as much, considering that we were not out in the world. But I think at that point of time, probably this was one of the few colleges that recognized the importance of adding a dimension to a personality. I'm sure, my teachers would agree that we were not the students who were always in books, but did things much beyond that. And I must vouch, at that point of time, our head of department was Mr. B.T. Venkatesh, and he encourages beyond levels. It was probably the first ever time that we took the college fest out of college. It was probably the first ever time that we did Taru Samskriti that was pan-India. It was probably the first ever time that we went international for a holiday with, all our friends and faculty. Probably the first ever time. And these were the ideas that came from us. But I think the platform that was given, by the HOD then, and of course, Shantamani ma'am and, our principal then, Mr. Sundararajan, I think it's been great. And what should I talk about the man? Okay, Mr. Chenraj sir. I think he's still been my mentor till today. I think, we exchange notes, we exchange ideas amongst us as to, how could we do better, what is that I should be doing, and things like that. I think its dynamism has always rubbed off on me. Yeah, and I think it's his vision that kind of encourages me. There's one more incident that I would want to share, being an alumnus of this. So I was last year traveling to Sweden, and I just happened to meet a person there, and he just approaches me and tells me, "Are you from Jain College?" I mean, from an unknown country, I just meet a stranger there, and I say, "Yes, I'm from Jain College." And he says he's also from Jain College. So you see the connect that all of us could have wherever we are in the world, and I think that's the strongest thing that we all carry as an identity that builds us across. Today I deal with a lot of people who are from Jain College. We don't know we're from Jain College, but we actually discover it later that we're from college. And we associate at business levels, with such people. So I must say thank you very much for having me here, and I really, really cherish this, and I hope that just like the college has contributed to our well-being, and just like the college has helped us do what, make us what we are today, we hope we also can contribute back to college in a similar way. And I must say that when I was back in college then, I always dreamt of building a brand. I always wanted to influence and impact the society to build a brand, but I was not sure. And the surety came from a course that only Jain College provided, where I took an extra course of marketing to realize if that is where I want to be. And today I'm very happy that, because of that, I'm able to influence policies and brand, at a country level today and, make an impact. So I think all the credit just goes to college. So it's enough, it's never enough to be thanking the college, and I hope that I am able to justice going forward to college in terms of anything that we could do and help the college for. Thank you very much.